welcome to Yoga with Danielle. Today, all we're going to need is a little wall space. If you happen not to have any space like that, you may also use your couch as a wall space or a chair as well too. So I guess I'll leave a little bit of my couch showing today, just so I can show you a couple different options. Okay, so we're going to start with legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. It's just to elevate the legs above the heart. Since we've been doing a lot of sitting lately in quarantine, this should feel really good for the low back and the hamstrings, okay? So if you have some wall space, go ahead and get situated with your legs up the wall. And I'm going to scooch over here by my couch just to show you a little bit. I know it's kind of out of frame a little bit, but if you happen to have couch space, you can literally just lay back and just drape your legs over your couch and lie back down nice and straight, and you can even yourself out. And you can do the same thing if you have a chair as well too, and that can act as elevation for your legs as well. Okay, so I'm gonna head over to the wall. So couch, wall, or chair. Okay, get your hips really close to the floorboard or to the edge of the couch as best you can. And then again, with straight legs or bent knees, if you're on the couch, your legs will hang and just bend just gently over, which is perfect. Okay, so you get this nice relaxed position in your hip sockets. It allows your low back to soften, and then you can just place your hands anywhere that feels comfortable. They can be connected to you. You can stretch your arms up over your head, arms out to the side if you have space. Okay, and again, just let your legs be really heavy here and your spine be long. And let's just take a nice couple deep inhales in through our nose. And big exhale out through your mouth. Good, inhaling in through your nose. Big general sigh of relief just out through your mouth. Last one, inhaling in. Big exhale out through your mouth. And then slowly just start to find the rhythm of your breath. Using this time to allow yourself to connect with your body. Let your breath be wave-like, constant. And even calming, like the sound of the waves, sound of the ocean. So all that you hear is your breath. Allowing you to connect to the sense of your body, any sensations. Remembering legs up the wall, there are lists and lists of benefits for this posture. And then just off of the top of my head, it relieves a little bit of low back tension because we're stretching the hamstrings and the glutes. Okay, it is a hamstring opener. It's gentle. If you happen to be really tight, it will be a big hamstring stretch. And again, having your knees slightly bent or on the couch or chair is very beneficial to help open up the hamstrings. This also improves circulation through the legs, reversing the blood flow here. Legs up the wall can be very rejuvenating and refreshing. It can also be very relaxing, okay? So this is a great pose to do, right before bed. But it's also a really great pose to do in the middle of the day to kind of get you going again, to regenerate some energy through your body, and again, that blood flow But again, in this position, it can be very meditative and very relaxing. Okay, let's stay for just about another 5 more rounds of breath. Slowly stretch your arms up over your head if you have space, or you can just reach your arms just up towards the sky. Clasp your thumbs and give yourself a nice big stretch here, letting your shoulders creep up by your ears or reach up towards the sky, whichever one feels more comfortable for you and space-wise. And then switch the clasp of your thumbs, re-stretch, re-reach those fingertips away from you, giving yourself a nice big stretch. And then slowly bend your knees, okay, and then we'll roll off to the side to come up to a seated position. Okay, take your time. There is no rush. The slower you move, the better, just because we're getting all that blood flow to rush back through the rest of your body, okay? So take your time. And let's go ahead and sit in Baddha Konasana, okay? So soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide, and just placing your hands just on your ankles or your shins and sitting up, feeling the length through your spine, out through the crown of your head, dropping your shoulders down. And actually, let's just look from left to right a few times. Good. And let's just nod our head. Just looking up and down. Great. And then if you'd like, you can add some head and neck circles. Making sure to reverse your circle. Great, and just bringing your head back in line with your spine. We'll do a few seated cat and cow. So arching your back, lift up, look up towards the sky, let your chest move through your shoulders. And then exhaling, start to round your spine, and you can use your hands against your shins to create a little bit of resistance here so you get a nice stretch through the upper back. Okay, so arching up, cow pose, rounding your spine, cat. Good. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat, and I'll just move sideways so you can get a little view here. So inhaling cow, exhaling cat. And again, you can make this as big as you like, rocking on your sit bones as you move in and out of cat and cow. Good, let's just do one more in each direction here. Great, and then sitting up nice and tall, arms will reach out to the sides. Okay, then just nice soft side body stretches. Left hand down, right arm up over your head. Really sink the opposite hip down, the right hip down as you stretch sideways. Woo, good. Switching right hand down, left arm up and over. And again, anchor down through that opposite hip, the left hip, so you get an even deeper stretch through the side stretch. Good. Other side again, left hand down, right arm up over your head. Good. From here, hand comes behind your head, look up towards the sky. And then gently just drop your right elbow towards your left knee, and then just pause here for a moment. Okay, so staying here with your hand behind your head, or you can start to reach this right hand forward, maybe your fingertips touch the mat. And again, we're just getting into this nice little like side body stretch, back side body stretch. Good. Right hand comes back up to the back of your head and your neck. Lift up again, come to that side body stretch. Great, and then we'll switch sides. Right hand down, left arm up. Good, bending your hand behind your head, look up towards your elbow, expand your chest. Good, elbow towards your right knee. Okay, and again, you can stay here if this feels like a good enough stretch for you, or you can start to reach those left fingertips forward. They don't even have to touch the ground. This is just to get into, again, that back side body. Drop your shoulders. Try not to let them creep up by your ears. You want to keep them plugged into your back. Keep anchoring your hips down. Good, hand behind the head again, re-extend up to the side, and slowly come right back up to seated. Good, from here, folding forward in your Baddha Konasana. Good, keeping the soles of your feet pressing together. So you're staying really active here and grounded through your feet as you're stretching forward. And again, keep grounding into those sit bones. And slowly coming right back up. Great, crossing your legs this time, okay? And we'll switch to cross our legs, so don't worry too much about that. Sitting up nice and tall, arms are going to reach up over your head. Stretching all 10 fingers up towards the sky, slide your shoulders down your back. Good, cactus arms, bending your arms. Good, and then slowly stretching your arms back up over your head. Elbows bend, arms move out nice and wide and straight back up. One more just like that, bending your elbows. Good, arms reach up. Okay, good. Now we're going to squeeze all the way down. So squeezing, kind of creating a W shape, finding a little bit of resistance as you reach back up and squeeze back in. Good, squeezing, pretending you've got lemons or oranges under your armpits, so really squeeze, find that resistance. Okay, good. Good, arms back up over your head. Interlacing your hands, pressing your palms up towards the sky. Slide your shoulders up by your ears, and then keep that length as you drop your shoulders down, maintaining that space through the neck, the shoulders, and the spine. Full deep breath here. Good, exhaling, lowering your hands back down, switching the cross of your legs. Good, same little series. Arms reach up over your head. Cactus arms. Arms reach up. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach up. Last one, exhale, pull down. Good, reaching right back up. Now into the W. Bending, squeezing those oranges and lemons in your armpits and reaching right back up. Good, exhale, squeeze and press down. Reaching right back up. Last one, squeezing, pressing down. Arms reach up. Good, interlacing your hands, pressing your palms up towards the sky. Good, shoulder blades or shoulders also slide up, and then keep the space and the length here in your spine, and then drop the shoulder blades and the shoulders down your spine. Good, exhaling, releasing your hands back down nice and slow. Great, we're gonna slowly just make our way into tabletop, okay? Fingers spread out nice and wide, toes are gonna tuck under, and we're gonna make our way right away into our first downward facing dog. Okay, so our hamstrings should feel a little more open just from legs up the wall, and our shoulders should feel open from those little shoulder stretches we just did, neck stretches, okay? So just pausing here for about 5 deep breaths, okay? So cultivating that rhythm of your breath. Feeling yourself press away from the floor as you're lifting out of your joints. Letting this pose be very active, since everything else we're going to do is going to be a little bit more stretching. So this is the most active pose that we're going to do today. Good, one more breath. Lowering down onto your knees, coming back into your tabletop. Okay, great. Left leg is going to step forward in between your hands. Okay, coming into this nice big low lunge here. Okay, so you can walk your left toes forward so that you can sink your hips forward so you get a nice big stretch through the right hip flexor. And of course, if you need to double up your mat, roll your mat over for your back knee, go for it, or using a blanket, towel, you can use that as well. Okay, so rolling the shoulders, lifting the chest and the heart. From here, we're going to straighten the left leg, coming into a hamstring stretch. Okay, so half split Ardha Hamanasana, flexing through the left toes as best you can. Okay, and then let's find that cat and cow. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, lengthen over your left hamstring. Inhale, arch up, lift up. Exhale, round your spine. Last one, inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Great. From here, we're gonna walk our hands over to the outside of your left hamstring, okay? Try to maintain the squareness of your hips, okay? Left hips moving back, right hips forward. Okay, hands just walk over to the left so we get a little bit deeper stretch through a different part of our hamstring. Slowly walk your hands back around your left leg. We're going to bend back into our left knee. Okay, good. Hands are going to move into the inside of the left foot. We're going to walk our left foot out to the outer edge of the mat. And again, keep walking those left toes forward so that your hips have somewhere to go. So we're not stacked up on our knee anymore. We want to bend into this knee to lower our hips down. And then staying here on your hands, okay? Or you can lower down onto your forearms, coming into lizard's pose. Okay, so again, it's a little bit deeper hamstring stretch. If your hamstrings are tight, you'll feel it through the left hamstring. But really, it's all about this right hip flexor, a little bit in the quad. Okay, good. Breathing here. Again, you know, you do not have to lower all the way down onto your forearms. You can always stay up on your hands. I get a deeper stretch with my arms lifted up just like this, okay? But you choose your edge, your poison. Again, remembering suffering is optional, okay? We want this to feel good, okay? So use those props. Use those extra cushions, okay, blocks, pillows, blankets, whatever you need, use those, okay? Those are all good things. Okay, great. From here, we're going to lift back up onto our hands. Now we're going to shift our hips back to come back into that tabletop pose. Okay, and then a little shake out here, just moving in and out of cat and cow, maybe shifting from side to side, head and neck circles. You can always lift up onto your fingertips. Okay, you can come onto your fist. And then we'll move right away into the second side. Okay, so right leg steps forward, low lunge. And again, make sure you have enough space here so that you can really sink your hips down so you really get into this left hip flexor and this big stretch, okay, for the back leg. And then again, make sure this knee is not going past your toes. You want to keep your knee stacked on top of your right ankle here. Good, a few more deep breaths. Again, reminding yourself you can always double up your mat if you need to for that back knee, a little extra cushioning. Slowly straightening the right leg, half split, Ardha Hamanasana. Okay, so this is where we get to stack up now. So now we get to stack on top of our left knee so we stay nice and stable. Good, hips stay square as best you can, flexing through your right toes, and then we'll move through a little cat and cow. Okay, so inhale, lift up, it's like Ardha Uttanasana almost, and then exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, arch up, imagine you're doing cow pose, and then exhaling, rounding your spine as you fold over your right hamstring. Good, one more time, inhale, lift up halfway, exhaling, bowing down, hanging out here. Good. Noticing the difference between your sides, of course. Okay, great. Hands are going to move to the outside of the right leg. Okay, so I like to lift up halfway so I find a little bit of space. And then my hands just move over to the right. Okay, and then just finding softness here. And then, you know, kind of notice if your hips want to go to the left, try to keep them nice and square. So again, we're really targeting a different area of our hamstrings here, not the most forward part that we always do in our forward folds and our sun A's. Okay, so now we're targeting a little different area. Okay. Woo! All right, this side's tight for me. Okay, hands walk over your right leg again. We're gonna bend into the right knee. Hands in the inside of the right leg. Gently walk the right foot out to the right. And again, you wanna make sure, you know, if you were back here, that you walk those those right toes forward, okay, so that your hips have somewhere to go, so we're not stacked up. We want to find the length here and space between our legs for lizard's pose. And again, Picking your poison here to lower down onto your forearms, your blocks, your pillows, okay? Books, books even, okay? And then just breathing, breathing, breathing. Don't forget to breathe. This is, again, not one of my favorites either, but it's so important for us to do. It's so beneficial for our hips, for our body. Can't practice everything we're good at and we love, right? We don't really learn that way. We got to learn and trust ourselves through our practice when we try new different poses and experience different things. Okay, so just a few more deep breaths. Again, know when you want to go deeper into the pose or ease out of it. And walking your hands under your shoulders to lift up, and then slowly coming on up, making your way back into that tabletop position. And again, another round of cat and cow or shifting from side to side, any organic movement that feels good. You're welcome, to come into a back bend if you'd like. Okay, stretching out those hip flexors again, the front of the hips. Okay, great. And then we're going to make our way onto our abdominals any way you like, okay? Knees, chest, chin. You can roll down, okay? Nice and simple, just lowering all the way down onto your mat. Bringing your arms just out to the sides in goalpost arms. Okay, good. Lifting your arms up off the mat and slowly lowering them back down. Good. Lifting your arms up and lower. Good. 3 and lower. Let's do 3 more. 4 and lower. 5. Last one. 6 and lower. Good. Hands under your forehead. Good. From here, head, neck, shoulders, arms are going to follow with you as we come into a little back bend here. Okay, so lifting your head, neck, and chest up. Hands will stay glued to your forehead as you lift your elbows up as well. And then lowering back down, okay? Just 3 of these. Inhale, lift up, press your feet into the floor. Just the upper back is moving. Good, lifting back up and lowering right back down. Great. Right leg will lift up off the mat. Keep your leg as straight as possible. And again, it's not about how high it goes as long as you're stretching the whole leg up off the mat. Then left leg lifts and lowers. Right leg lifts. Lowers left and right and left. 1 more on each side. And rest. Keeping your hands on your forehead if you like, or you can bring your arms down by your sides. Okay, roll your shoulders, lift your head, your neck, your chest up, reach those fingertips back, or again, keep your hands glued to your forehead. Then try to float both legs up off the mat. Keep your focus down towards the mat, nice long neck. Hands under your shoulders, press down into the mat, tuck your toes under. We're gonna press back, child's pose. Take your time. Sitting up nice and tall and then swinging your legs around. Okay. Straight out in front of you. One last little hamstring stretch here. Arms reach up over your head. And exhaling, folding over your hamstrings. Again, find a little bit of length here as you stretch and pull your chest down towards your legs. And then try not to round so much, okay? Keep the length of your spine as much as you can as you're reaching forward towards your legs, okay? Try to find this flat back as best as you can. Just a few more moments being really active here in your stretch. Go ahead now, start to round over and soften, okay? And just notice the difference between the stretches here. Slowly rising back up. Okay, and then crossing your legs. We're going to end seated. Okay, if you like to end seated up against the wall, you're welcome to walk your sit bones back and then really press your chest back into the wall. Okay, you can do the same thing up against the couch as well too, or a chair, or you can just sit in the center of your mat or in the center of your living room. Okay, sitting up nice and tall, and then just bring one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your navel. And even though, we're not practicing, full hour classes together at the moment, okay, but just be in gratitude for your body and the time that you're carving out for yourself, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, okay, this time is for yourself. Giving yourself that time to connect onto your mat, to connect to yourself through your body, through your breath. Bringing your hands together at your heart center. Good. May your hamstrings feel open. May your legs feel rejuvenated. May you feel a little more connected to your breath. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye center, and slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Enjoy this short little practice. We'll see you next week, okay?